Good evening. We decided this year to hold the State of the City as we normally do on July 4th, but many people can't come to the July 4th celebration, so we decided we'd do a video so everyone could see what was going on in our wonderful city. So on July 4th, this is the address that I delivered to the community. This is my 7th year standing before you, delivering the State of the City address. I started out with a few less gray hairs. I was a little thinner, but I am as nervous today as I was then. I have thought about this nervousness and wondered if I would ever go away. But how could it, when not only do I stand in front of the citizens of Tega, I also stand before the three men who have held the same position, and they are here today. Our former mayor, Tony Terulli, Mayor Steve Hamilton, and Bob Rundy. They are still dedicated to this city. They still come every year to support our city. If you noticed, Tony, Steve, and Bob have, as myself, hit the marriage lottery. Gentlemen, we definitely married up. Pat Terulli, Janet Hamilton, and Seal Rundy are also just as dedicated to the city today as they were when their husbands were mayor. I would also like to acknowledge my family, Penny and Emma. Your love and support mean everything to me. As has been the city's tradition, the mayor delivers the State of the City on the city's birthday. The state of our city is strong. We're going through our budgets now, and it's looking as if we're not needing to increase the millage rate for a 7th consecutive year. We have built up our cash reserves to 40% of our operating budget. Businesses are thriving, as evident by the number of businesses that we've received this year. We've welcomed the Learning Center, Mr. Putty's Fun Park, the Tega Deli in the Stonecrest District, and very soon we will welcome Nothing Bundt Cake next door to the Tega Deli. And let's not forget the Shore Club. The Shore Club up here at the Glennon Center is operating 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Please come up and support them. Comporium will be opening a new retail center similar to Apple stores in the Stonecrest area later this year. In additional medical facilities right in front of the Walmart by the end of this year. Public safety continues to do an outstanding job for the city, as evident by the fact that we were named one of the top 3 safest places to live in South Carolina for the 3rd consecutive year. And we were able to lower our ISO fire rating to a 2. We continue to be recognized around the state and the Charlotte metro region for the great things we have done and are doing. The state has finally begun construction on the expansion of the intersection of Gold Hill Road and Highway 160, and anticipating finishing that later this fall. The county has worked on Hubert Graham Way, and we anticipate and finish that by the end of the first quarter of 2017. And yes, there will be a light there. Who remembers what Tega Drive used to look like? These photos are from the late 80s, before there were trees in the median. And those original crepe myrtles, those crepe myrtles are the original crepe myrtles that were planted in the 80s. It's been a long time since the state resurfaced the road. As I stated last year, I am happy to report that I was able to convince SCDOT to come and pay us a visit. They will start repairing the drainage system and then resurfacing from City Hall to the fire station this August. Yes, I stated last year that they would have been here sooner, but that would have interfered with our July 4th parade. And many of these delays were caused by the floods in the Low Country last October. We've completed phase 1 of the sidewalk to Windjammer. And if you were at the ski show on July 4th, I believe half the city was there. You would have seen what we were doing down there with the sidewalks. The trails in Lake Ridge are underway and will be completed later this fall. 2 full years have passed since we've purchased the old Utilities Inc. water and sewer system, known now as TCUD 2. It hasn't been without its struggles, but thanks to the dedicated staff and outstanding team of engineers, we are well underway of repairing the system. 10,560 feet, or 2 miles for those of you doing the math in your head right now, of sewer line has been slip lined. This means that approximately 45% of the system has been cleaned and repaired. These repairs will reduce the amount of groundwater entering the system, which will help the lift station and treatment plants operate the way they were designed to. Work has begun on installing a new lift station and installing a forced main between treatment plants 2 so that we can remove the large basin located at Plant 2 off of Marquesas. Majority, if not all, of the work on the sewer system should be completed by the first half of 2017. We have installed over 600 of the new Wi-Fi meters, and we are targeting to install all 3,600 by the end of this year. If you signed up to receive the notifications from our website and have liked us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter, you have probably already heard a lot of this information. Recently, we also rolled out the Tega Rewind, a new spin-off of our former monthly newsletter. Keep it short and sweet and to the point, and it comes out every Saturday morning like clockwork. Our Assistant City Manager, Katie Polson, oversees all our communication tools and works hard to keep it up to date. If you haven't signed up for these notifications, I encourage you to do so. All the cool kids are doing it. Under the direction of the most talented city manager in the state, Charlie Funderburk, has reorganized City Hall staff to make it more convenient to do business with us and help staff be more efficient for the city. We added a new recreational property, land for additional commercial and retail projects, and land for a new middle school with the annexation of Windhaven. Our engineers for Catawba Park have begun construction documents for the first phase of the park. Recently, I met with representatives from Clear Springs and Springland Realty in regards to the 12 acres that they own. Their board of directors has agreed with our city manager will be working on contract documents with them over the next few weeks for a long-term lease on the property. I have asked him to have the contract for council's consideration by our September council meeting. This past Thursday, at their request, the city manager, our Parks and Rec director, and I met with the officials from Duke Energy. They are excited about our plans and have agreed to lease us the property for the life of their FERC license. FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, still has to approve Duke's recreation plan for all their projects, and Duke tells us that our Catawba Park fits perfectly with what FERC is looking for. With these two pieces of the puzzle in place, I have asked the city manager to collaborate with our Parks and Rec director and work closely with our soon-to-be-installed PRT Commission to begin formulating and then aggressively marketing plan for the park in order to help raise the necessary funds to complete it. Depending on how the funds raised progresses, we determine then we will turn the groundbreaking. We are hoping to break ground early part of next year. This fall, we will be breaking ground on a new fire station in Stonecrest, as council just recently approved the funding for the projects. A city's well-being is more than the projects we do, it's the strength of its people. This past year, unfortunately, we've lost some of the pillars of our community. Their hard work, dedication to our city over the years is one of the many reasons why the city is so great. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember those we have lost. Thank you. We have welcomed two new faces to our city council this year, Mayor Pro Tem David O'Neill and Councilman Ryan Richard. They joined council members Dottie Hersey, Jen Stalford, and myself this past January. I would like to thank all four of them for their hard work and dedication to our city. Patty Martin, who works tirelessly with the Beautification Committee, found a new generation of volunteers. With the Fort Mill High School UDP guys, the Fort Mill High School Spirit Warriors, this group of rising juniors and rising seniors came out to a work day at the Living Memorial Gardens the Friday before our magnificent Memorial Day event to make the gardens even more beautiful. What made me smile more than anything else was the respect that they showed to Patty and Philip. They worked with them in the gardens. After they finished, Patty asked if they would be willing to come back, and without hesitation, all of them said yes. Eagle Scouts do projects around the city all the time. They give of their time, their talent, and their treasure to make the place they live even better. Dalton Jones built a fitness station at Lookout Park, and Grant Hummel weatherproofed the pedestrian bridge on the power line walking trail to earn their Eagle Scout rank. Every year I'm honored of being asked by the Lions Club to present the graduating seniors from the Fort Mill High School who are in the top 10% of their class. Like other years, this year's group has accomplished so much already, from being members of the South Carolina Youth Service Ambassadors to Washington, D.C., mission trips to the Dominican Republic and Grenada, church volunteers, and they are going to colleges like William & Mary, Clemson, USC, University of Minnesota, Twin Cities. They are studying biochemistry, business, chemical engineering, public health, and law. I am blown away by the young people in our community. As I said that day after the meeting, these young people, our future is bright, and I look forward to seeing what they will achieve. We already have some great achievements already in our city. 8 years after being badly burned and told he would never play lacrosse again, Connor McKimmey was nominated for the National YSL Unsung Hero Award. In addition to his studies at High Point University, coaching lacrosse and now playing lacrosse for a Division I lacrosse team, Connor also volunteers at Levine's Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network. He has also spent this summer teaching young people to play the sport he loves. In speaking with Connor, he always mentions that none of these achievements would have been possible without our amazing fire department. We are a tiny little town, but we have the largest burn survivor in the United States, and those guys are the reason why, is what he says. Once again, the city's National Spring Pick-Me-Up was a great success. The Cub Scout Troop 250 was once again a major contributor to the volunteers in our city. As I alluded to earlier, City Council recently adopted a change of our code to establish our Parks and Rec and Tourism Commission. We are hoping to fill the positions for that commission at our next council meeting. As you can see from the diagram behind me, these committees and subcommittees will allow many more residents the opportunity to volunteer for the things they are passionate about. Almost 40 of our residents volunteered to be part of the new TC Connect program, which we hope will help further strengthen the relationship between our staff and our citizens. Speaking of staff, did you know we have 6 members of our staff who have dedicated themselves to our city for over 15 years? Andy Marlowe, who works in park maintenance, 15 years. Our city manager, Charlie Funderburk, 16 years. Sergeant Vince Holland in our police department, 17 years. Major Dave Nelson in our police department, 23 years. Our operations director, Tim Gillette, 28 years. And our HR manager, Dora Perry, 30 years. When you see them around town, please show your excitement and dedication to the dedication that they've made to our great city. Accredited employees, Charlie Funderburk, ICMA accredited manager, one of the few around the state. Barbie Staples, certified business license official, also one of few around the state. Joey Blethen, a certified recreation professional. Tom Goebel, certified building official. Chief Parker and Major Nelson, FBI Academy graduates. These folks have sought after and achieved these additional credentials in order to provide exceptional service and be exceptional leaders in their respective departments. The Tega Police Department held an inaugural Camp Cadet a few weeks ago for 31 kids, many of who were nominated due to their exceptional grades and behavior, as well as their leadership ability. Camp Cadet was the brainchild of Chief Parker, who organized the camp as well as fundraisers to fund it with the intention of fostering positive relationships between kids and public safety officials. All of this would not have been possible without Hope McBride, Chief Scott Szymanski, Major Dave Nelson, Sergeant Vince Holland, and Sergeant Burns, Alan Spand, and many thanks to Devin Salinger, the daughter of of TK firefighter Kenny Salinger, who volunteered her entire week for being a counselor and an EMT for the camp. 50 of our residents have graduated from the new Citizens Academy program. This program was designed to teach our residents about their local government and what it takes to run a city. The Carolina Show ski team puts on a ski show every Friday for the summer, free to the residents, unique to our area, showcases the talent of our young people. The state of our city is strong, not because of our money we've saved or the projects that we've done. We are strong because of our people. People just like you and everyone who sat out there on July 4th watching the fireworks, or the people gathering inside this room. You are the reason why Tega is a great place to live, and the reason we are all so proud to call it home. May God continue to bless our country, our city, and each and every one of you. Thank you.